Today I'm going to be comparing two single barrel bourbons, the ever popular and difficult to find Blantons, and also popular but much easier to find Four Roses single barrel. And if you've been watching the channel, and I hope you have, I did a video on an unboxing of this Blantons that I finally found, and a subscriber, Mr. Gold, was kind enough to tell me that I didn't even show the bottle getting unboxed in my unboxing video. Somehow managed to get cut out in editing. So here is that bottle, Mr. Gold, and we'll taste some more of it today and compare it to Four Roses, which is cheaper and much easier to find. I'll leave a link to my unboxing video where you can see me not showing this bottle, and a video of how I managed to find this Blantons. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ben Jackson. Today I'll be your single barrel bourbon guide for this episode of The Art of Doing. So let's get right into it. Let's pop the cork on this Blantons, which I have tried before and I do rather enjoy. And right next to it, let's make a small pour of this Four Roses. See what we can see. Now, just looking at them, they're very similar. Blantons is a slightly darker color, but not even all that noticeable. Legs on the Blanton and the Four Roses, very similar. Now the notes are very different. Blanton's very sweet, caramely, maybe some Christmas spices almost. Very little alcohol burn. Four Roses is a little bit more punchy in the nose, a lot more burn and alcohol smell, and a lot closer what I would call a traditional off-the-shelf bourbon type of smell. If you're drinking like a Jack Daniels or something, this will be a lot closer to that type of smell. Still a little bit of sweet, hint of corn, but nothing jumping out at me for smell profile. Let's taste it. Blantons first. Smooth bourbon, a little bit of sweet, nice after, not much of a kick. Very fine. Now the Four Roses. Oh, much more astringent. Lingers on the tongue a little bit longer. More of a, I don't want to say a cinnamony, but a kind of spice afternote that sits around for a while that's kind of nice. Much more complex barrel taste up front. A little oaky, maybe smoke. Maybe a little bit of char or smoke that I'm tasting there. But very, very different. Very good. And possibly up to half the price of a Blantons. They're both very good, very, very different. The Blantons more sweet and smooth. The Four Roses much more complex and maybe dry tasting. I want to know what you guys have to think. Have you tried both of these? Do you have a favorite between them? And more importantly, what other single barrels or bourbons would you like to see me compare to either one of these? Drop me a comment in the comment section down below. For my final wrap up, I'd say I would drink this all day long. Good bourbon, lots of good body to it. But if somebody were handing me a bottle or handing me both bottles, which one would I choose? I would choose the Blantons, not just because it's so hard to find and sought after, but I think it's different from so many other bourbons that you can find off the shelf in flavor profile. Very smooth and sweet, that I would enjoy this taste a little bit better as my sipper. I wouldn't use either one of them for a mixed drink, but I think I would still choose the Blantons over the Four Roses. I know there's a lot of videos out there that say the Roses is comparable and it's very good, but I still think Blanton is much better. For the price, I would say go for the Four Roses. It's nearly half the price of Blanton's if you can find it. So if you're out trying to find a fine single barrel bourbon and you can't find Blanton's, watch my video on how to find Blantons, and then pick up a bottle of Four Roses because you will not be dissatisfied. Let's always remember to practice kindness, practice compassion, and practice humility. And thanks for being with me to help me practice the art of doing.